Okay, Rich Van Tassel back with you, finishing up with our game picks for Week 16 of the NFL season. And of course, we are recording audio for Get Live Radio. This is the late block of games. There are no Sunday night games on this one. Only 3 games to do. Jacksonville Jaguars 10-4, 4-2 on the road. Travel across country to play the 49ers, who are 4-10, 2-5 at home. The 49ers are certainly a much different team, however, with Jimmy Garoppolo playing quarterback than they were prior to his arrival. Injuries for the visiting Jaguars. Marquise Lee, wide receiver, and Larry Pinkard, wide receiver, are out. Alan Hearns, wide receiver, Lorante McCray, linebacker, are questionable. For the 49ers, Garrett Selleck, tight end, is questionable. Greg Maben, cornerback, doubtful. I see the injuries to the receivers for the Jaguars. That San Francisco secondary has not been great. They've improved a little bit. Everything's improved, of course, under Jimmy Garoppolo. And, of course, when your offense is moving the ball, you don't put your defense out as much as the 49ers had been early in the season. So in this case, I see those injuries. I don't know if Jacksonville is going to be able to make the plays necessary downfield. Blake Bortles has really come on, so that dangerous offense might be limited a bit. This will be a nice test for Jimmy Garoppolo. Let's see where he's at. He's never lost as a pro with New England and now with San Francisco. Of course, that defense for Jacksonville, while they have had lapses at times, probably got a little high on themselves. For the most part, they've been absolutely spectacular, led by that secondary with Jalen Ramsey and A.J. Boyd. And, of course, that front seven is very good as well. You have guys like Malik Jackson. You have Dante Fowler Jr., Calais Campbell. So a very good defense is going to be a test for the 49ers. Interesting game in this one. It's going to be a good game. Don't overlook the 49ers at all, especially with Jimmy Garoppolo. I worry a little bit about the receiving injuries for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but all in all, I think that defense is too strong. Even though they're going cross-country, I expect them to get a tough victory. I like 24-21 the Jaguars over the San Francisco 49ers. The New York Giants, 2-12, 1-6 on the road, travel to Arizona to play the Cardinals, who are 6-8, 4-3 at home. Injuries for the visiting Giants. Landon Collins, safety. Nate Burhey, safety. Jason Pierre-Paul, defensive end, are questionable. For the New York Giants, Tavares King, wide receiver. B.J. Goodson, linebacker, are out. For the Arizona Cardinals, Chad Williams, wide receiver. Carlos Dansby, linebacker. And Antoine Bethea, safety, are questionable. Troy Nicholas, tight end. Earl Watford, guard, are out. Drew Stanton is back in the starting lineup. Carson Palmer is likely done for the season. It doesn't look like Eli Manning will play in this one. Maybe they'll sit him down. Maybe they'll start him. Who even knows with what the Giants are doing? I'm expecting Geno Smith to get the start and not Davis Webb. A little surprising there. I think the Cardinals' offense will be boosted a bit by getting Drew Stanton back. They haven't run the ball well. Adrian Peterson had not been the addition they'd hoped for. Larry Fitzgerald has quietly still put together a very good year. Even at his age, he should go over 1,000 yards in this game. Only needs 18 more. So hats off to him. And 8 receptions will get him to 100 receiving. Or around 100 receptions, that is, for the year. I don't know if there's any bonuses on the line for him, but certainly that's part of it. Tough game to pick. None of these teams are really playing for much. The Cardinals could still finish 500. I'm expecting the Giants are going to struggle and Eli Manning doesn't play, and the Cardinals come away with the victory, especially with the quarterback Drew Stanton back in the game. The Arizona Cardinals, 20-16 over the New York Giants, who struggle to find the end zone. The Seattle Seahawks, 8-6. 4-3 on the road. Travel to Dallas to play the Cowboys, who are 8-6, 3-4 at home. The loser of this game will be eliminated from playoff contention. Injuries for the visiting Seattle Seahawks. DJ Alexander, linebacker, is out. Nazir Jones, defensive tackle, is doubtful. Nick Vannett, tight end. Bradley McDougall, safety. And Frank Clark, defensive end. For the Dallas Cowboys, all questionable. Orlando Scandrick, cornerback. Bryce Butler, wide receiver. Tyron Smith, offensive tackle. Lyle Collins, offensive tackle. Benson Mayowa, defensive end. Of course, Ezekiel Elliott is now back from his suspension. Let's see how fresh he is. Let's see how sharp he is. Let's see how much the Cowboys will rely on him in this game. I expect a heavy dose. The Cowboys have not been very good at home this year. I worry about those tackle injuries. I'm expecting Collins to go. Tyron Smith, I'm a little iffy. We've seen how poorly the Cowboys have played without Tyron Smith. The Cowboys will have to lasso in Russell Wilson. He's done everything this year for the Seattle Seahawks. Their running game, I don't expect to do much in this one. Russell Wilson is the top rusher. Of course, some of those runs are designed. A lot of those come on scrambles, however. Sean Lee will play an important role in this game, quarterbacking the defense, spying Russell Wilson, Wilson, keeping them in check and stopping the running game to force Russell Wilson to make plays. That secondary is coming on for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's see if they can continue to play. They'll have to make plays and extended plays because Russell Wilson can certainly keep plays alive and scramble in the pocket. That's going to be a tough test for them. Interesting game in this one. I'm going to pick the Cowboys. Who knows, though? Russell Wilson could make a lot of plays. As we said, it's an elimination game for both teams. But I think Ezekiel Elliott is going to run the ball very effectively in this one. They're going to turn to him, and it'll open things up for Dak Prescott and the receiving game, which hasn't come along at times this year. And the Cowboys come away with a tough 27-24 victory. And, of course,